Your Honor, the government calls John Cantone, Cantone.
Very good. Your witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. Would you please state your name for the record?
John Cantone.
Are you retired from the New York City Police Department?
I am.
What year did you retire?
I retired in 2008.
Mr. Amatruda, you're coming across a little too loud. Just step back from the microphone a little bit, okay?
Okay, let me know if
I think that's better.
Okay. How long did you work for the police department?
22 years.
Can you very briefly just give us an overview of where you worked within the police department?
Sure. In 1986, I entered the academy in January. I work in the Midtown South Precinct from 86 until 90. And in 90, I went to Bronx Narcotics, where I was a narcotic investigator for 2 years. And then I moved on to the crime scene unit in the police department.
And as we've already heard from a crime scene detective, but briefly, as a crime scene detective, in part, do you document crime scenes that you are called out to?
Yes.
And on April 15th of 1998, did you go to a particular crime scene?
I did.
Do you recall where that was?
Yes.
Where was it?
200 Empire Boulevard.
Where is it?
In Brooklyn.
What's at 200 Empire?
It's a roller rink location.
What type of crime scene was it? In other words, what type of crime had been committed there?
It was a homicide.
When you arrived, what the state of the crime scene?
It was safeguarded. The street was roped off for that one-block location, as well as the sidewalks. And the interior was safeguarded as well of the roller rink.
And by that you mean the people were removed from the area, the civilians?
Yes.
And the area you said was roped off. Is that right?
Yes.
Was the victim present when you got there?
No.
So what I'm going to do is go through with you what you've documented as the crime scene. And for that, I'll show you what's been marked as Exhibits 501A through G, which are already in evidence. As part of documenting the crime scene, did you take photographs?
Yes.
If I could just show you what's been marked as Exhibit 501A, what is that?
That is a view of the sidewalk in front of the location.
Next, I'm going to show you what's been marked as Exhibit 501F, as in Frank. Can you explain what that shows?
Yes. That is a close-up of ballistic damage, as well as a bullet that had impacted the edge of the door.
Okay, so in common terminology, would the hole there be the ballistic damage?
That's correct.
And that's the bullet?
Yes. The bullet is lodged to the right. This little, right here, I don't know if you can see it.
You can touch the screen, it will make a mark. So that's indicating the copper-colored object at the center of the screen. And just to show, just orient the jury where that door is. Looking back at 501A, is it one of the doors that you can see from that picture, or?
Yes. This particular photograph is an east view, and the door we're concerned with is at this location, right here.
You marked about halfway up and over to the right edge of the screen. Next, I'll show you 501G, as in Gary. Can you explain what that is?
Okay. This is a view of the wall next to the door, with some ballistic damage as well.
And just so the jury notes, to refresh your recollection while testifying, you're looking at a document labeled 3500JOC1, which was provided to the defense. And in that document, is that a document that you prepare around the time that you do the crime scene documentation?
Yes.
And does it list the photographs that you took and what the photographs show?
Yes. That's my crime scene report.
Okay. So if you have to go back in a situation like this and you have to remember from 15 years ago, you can look at the report and it will tell what the pictures are, correct?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as Exhibit 501E in evidence. I'll ask you what that is.
Okay. This is an interior view of the foyer area of the roller rink.
Okay. And what does it show?
It shows some EMS artifacts at that location, some disposable blue gloves, some life-saving paraphernalia that's on the rug at that location, as well as a hat to the right.
In your experience, that would show you where the victim was?
Yes.
Next, I'm going to show you Exhibit 508, which is not in evidence. What is 508?
That is my crime scene sketch that I did of the location.
And does the crime scene sketch fairly and accurately describe the locations of objects like the roller rink, the different rooms, and the street and the sidewalk when you made it?
Yes.
I'll move 508 into evidence.
No objection.
All right. In evidence.
And just looking at that, starting with the top of the screen, obviously it says roller rink at the top. And the area that says lobby with the doors, is that where the doors towards the sidewalk? Is that where you found the ballistic evidence?
Yes. The ballistic evidence was recovered from that front edge of the door that we saw in a previous photograph.
And lastly, was the bullet that was recovered from the door, was that preserved in any way?
Yes.
How was it preserved?
Well, once we recover it, I, being a crime scene investigator in charge of this case, I initial it, I get the information that is a deformed bullet, I package it, we tape it up, and then we give it to a vouchering police officer.
I'm going to show you for identification what's been marked as Exhibit 509. Do you recognize what that is?
Yes.
So what is that?
This is a property invoice.
And that's something that police officers fill out when they take evidence or property into their possession?
Yes.
And what is this a property invoice for?
The property invoice is to have a chain of custody of the particular evidence to secure that evidence, as well as where that evidence is going to go.
Is this the invoice for the bullet that was recovered from the door of the roller rink?
Yes.
Okay, and how do you know that?
Well, I'm reading from it. Item number 1 is a deformed copper-jacketed lead bullet that I recovered from the door, and item number 2 was removed from the body at whatever time during autopsy, I believe.
And does it have your crime scene number on it at the bottom?
Yes, it has my name and the crime scene number.
And that's a specific number that applies to the crime scene that you documented?
Yes.
I move Exhibit 509 in evidence.
What are you trying to prove? You want to show that this bullet was recovered from the scene? There is probably nobody that will even object to that. Maybe we can move this along. I'm not going to allow it in evidence unless you can tell me it's really relevant. Tell me what you're trying to establish.
I'm just establishing a chain of custody for the bullet.
He just said so. Do you plan to offer the bullet in evidence now?
No, Your Honor.
I don't think we need any questions then. We don't need any more exhibits. Next question.
I don't have any more questions, Judge.
Any cross-examination?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, you may step down. Thank you very much. Next witness.
Your Honor, the government calls Detective George Harvey.
Is he going to identify the bullet? Is that what you want to do with this detective? Offer the bullet into evidence?
That's a different detective, Your Honor. This detective will testify about something else.
All right. I'm not trying to give you the bum's rush unnecessarily, except that if nothing will be challenged or contested, you don't have to drag things out. So you can get right to the heart of whatever you expect this detective to testify to. Let me know.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you, Your Honor.
Good morning, Detective.
Good morning.
Thank you. I ask you to please state and spell your name.
Detective George Harvey, Georgeharvey.
Okay. We have a lot of this type of testimony. I suspect that will happen over the next several years in this case, okay? I'm going to push it along. So, the government knows it. They are doing the right job. They want to be very meticulous, so I'm not criticizing for that, except that nobody questions here is the bullet, and why spend the day talking about it. And so you'll see some of that, and me intentionally doing that, and counsel was forewarned about that. I'm not going to preclude them from anything that is necessary in their mind, but we don't have to spend a lot of time talking about things that don't need to be challenged. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Detective, you currently work for the New York City Police Department?
Yes.
And where do you work within the police department?
The 79th Precinct.
Where does that cover?
Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brooklyn.
How long have you been with the police department?
Just over 25 years.
And where have you spent the bulk of your career?
In the 79th Precinct.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name again. I was talking so much.
George Harvey.
Detective George Harvey, I've got you now.
And you're here today to testify about a search warrant that you executed, is that right?
Yes.
And what did you recover during the search warrant?
Crack cocaine.
And where did you do that search warrant?
At 433 Lafayette.
Is that within the Lafayette Gardens housing project?
Yes, it is.
Do you recall when you did the search warrant?
I believe October of 2001.
And at that time, what was your job?
I was assigned to the robbery unit in the 79th Precinct.
Okay. When you did the search warrant, did you arrest anybody?
Yes.
Were two of those people charged?
Yes, they were.
Who were the two people that you arrested?
Lamont Johnson and Starshima. I don't recall the last name.
And did you find drugs in Lamont Johnson's bedroom after that warrant?
Yes.
I'd like to show you for identification as Exhibit 110A. Do you recognize what that is?
Yes.
Does it show the drugs you recovered that day during that search warrant?
Yes, it does.
I move Exhibit 110A into evidence.
Any objection?
No objection.
Okay. 110A is in evidence at this time.
If you could just explain to the jury in that picture what it is they're looking at.
The red top vials are filled with crack cocaine, and the small bags are also filled with crack, and the other bags is marijuana.
So the red top, are those vials?
Yes, those are vials.
And those are the two rows on the right, correct?
Correct.
And then the center is bags of crack cocaine?
Correct.
And then the left is the marijuana, correct?
That's correct.
And during that warrant, the red top vials, how did you end up getting those?
They were thrown out the window and recovered by an officer down below.
So you posted an officer outside the window of the apartment you were searching?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as Exhibits 110B and 110C, which are for identification. That's 110B and this is 110C. And are those New York City Police Department property vouchers for the evidence you recovered on that day?
Yes, they are.
For the drugs that we saw in that picture?
Yes, that's correct.
I'll move 110B and 110C into evidence.
So you vouchered that in, okay, in evidence. Let's go.
I have no further questions.
Any questions for this officer?
No questions.
Thank you very much.
I have a question.
There is a question?
Yes.
Okay.
Good morning, Detective. I'll be very brief.
Good morning.
You have advised us that you spent the bulk of your career in the 7 to 9 precinct,
That's correct.
and that you were in the robbery squad at the time, the robbery unit.
Yes, that's correct.
And yet, this was an application for a search warrant involving narcotics?
Narcotics and weapons.
Narcotics and weapons. Now, was Mr. Johnson known to you?
At that time, no.
He was not known to you at the time.
No,
You had no information regarding his involvement in any robberies?
no.
I have no further questions.
Anybody else wish to question? All right, thank you. You may step down.